5 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go again. Where you at, Wobber? There he is.
Radiant team ban.
If you give me 1 second, I really have to go to the toilet.
That's fine. You go, man. Right. So, trying to think how many in-houses I've actually uploaded now. I think we're nearly at 400. We're approaching 400. I think the BVGS in-house has had about 130. And now we're about 230 for the RCDC in-houses. So it's been a lot of in-houses. I'm amazed how often they've happened. I thought there would be a massive drop-off at some point. We'd maybe be running one every other week. But no, they've just been consistent. We've had some new people in to replace people who've stopped playing Dota so much. So it's been great. It's been going this long, and I'm really a fan of all the constant casting practice I can get while waiting for an actual gig. So Wobber's just taking a little bio break. So I'm going to analyze the bans before he returns. We've got some very standard ones, though I am surprised to see Bane being first phased so often. I didn't think Bane was really that strong, but I haven't been keeping up with the pro scene maybe as much as I should have done. So I probably should be watching a little bit more of that. But Tiny makes a lot of sense. He's got a very high win rate at the moment. He's an absolute terror of a hero. The nerfs were just... They just weren't enough. They took away, 10% damage from one of his talents. Bit of... Maybe did they take away some base stats? Something like that. It just wasn't enough. He is such a good hero, Tiny. So I don't know who's going to be the next ban. Disruptor, you see sometimes. Chaos Knight against Cocopium. He is captain, so it does make sense, but it's a very targeted ban. Chaos Knight barely got buffed from the last patch. It's a nice buff, but it wasn't like game changing. But Cocopium's obviously found his way with this hero.
Radiant team pick.
Ah yes, Death Prophet, the hero who is almost as good in support as it is in a core role. It's just the ability to damage towers with Exorcism, and that has been doubled in strength unintentionally, we believe. But yet they haven't patched it. I think we're long overdue a patch now, but we're heading to the point where it won't be a minor patch, it will be another major patch. So hopefully middle of May, we're going to see something like that. Enchantress is being picked up so often at the moment. Hello, Wobber.
It is.
What is your opinion on Enchantress? I think you played some in one of the in-houses, didn't you?
Yeah. I have mixed feelings on Enchantress. She is like so good in lineups, or I guess lineups where you have physical damage, right? Because she's so hard to bring down. But I don't know, every time I play it, it feels weaker than I think it is. But she is so good in lane as well.
I think that's the main thing, right? It's her lane presence, which is the really thing that defines Enchantress. The heal is 140 mana. And it heals over 400. You can take a pet straight away. Decent ranged attack. But there you go, you've got some other lane dominating heroes. Well, Jakiro certainly. Mirana as well. Pos 4 Mirana.
Pos 4 Mirana. I love myself a Mirana pick.
5 seconds remaining.
But the more I've played it recently, it's not a great laner. It doesn't help your lane a lot.
Yeah, not like Jakiro does. Mirana is good in lane if you have a guaranteed setup for the arrow, but exactly. They have not picked that obviously with Jakiro, but Mirana can work if you have some arrow set up, because it's a 3.5 second stun at level 1 that does over 200 damage, something like that. So it is one of the strongest moves in the game, but it does require a very long range skill shot to travel.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they can do. Mirana is an irritating hero to play against anyway. 600 attack range. Well, there you go. That's the most irritating hero to play against in lane.
Oh, that's an interesting pick.
We've not seen a lot of Techies support after the rework.
No, we've not.
This might be one of the first games we've seen Techies in the rework state in the in-house. Maybe he slipped through one other time, but I really can't remember it. But I like the new Techies a lot more than the old Techies.
Yeah, I do. He's a lot more of a fighting hero now than he is a stall hero.
10 seconds.
Do a lot more with him. With the blast off into like the double mine combo that a lot of people are doing.
Yeah, those new proximity mines.
I feel like it's a lot more irritating to lane against now as well.
Yes, I think the main thing that made Techies more irritating to lane against was they massively upped his base damage, but they didn't change his range whatsoever. So they let him keep 700 attack range, but with now sort of 45, 46 base damage, something like that. So how do you stop yourself being harassed by that? He also fires these stupid sticky bombs that sort of stick to you for a second or two before blowing up. A very irritating hero to lane against.
Yeah, also extremely difficult to dodge.
They are quite difficult to dodge, yeah. But yeah, Techies Enchantress, that's a good point made by Sam in chat. It's an interesting support combo because Techies doesn't have a stun until he picks up his shard. He just has a slow. Enchantress stun relies on a creep, or she only has a slow. If those two supports find someone, not really that much of a big deal. Whereas Jakira and Mirana, they both have some good stuns. So it's, yeah, we'll have to see what they can do. They're good lane dominators, so maybe that's what Radiant are going for. They're going to stomp the lane.
They definitely could with these two heroes. While they don't have any stuns or anything, they do have high burst with the techies.
Yes, good burst.
Which Jakiro, Mirana, I mean, if you hit the arrow, then you have decent burst. But yeah.
Yeah, a bit more unreliable, but Jakiro is that sort of lane dominating hero. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We haven't had any core picks yet, but the core bans are coming in quick. A lot of mid heroes being banned on the Radiant. And getting rid of the anti-mage, as always. Night Stalker. I wonder who else they'd get rid of. I'd probably be getting rid of Juggernaut if I was playing Jakiro. I really don't like that matchup for Jakiro.
10 seconds remaining.
Anyone with a Dispel as well makes Jakiro's life very difficult, but not sure if we'll see a Legion Commander ban. Probably not necessary.
Probably not, but it would be a nice pick. They do ban the Medusa. That makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. Medusa, very dominant hero right now. Farms so quickly.
They could have technically picked it themselves. Well, they ban like a PL instead, but instead going for a Brewmaster.
Yeah,
which I think is a very strong hero.
Well, I think Backwards Hello is the player known for his Brewmaster.
Yeah.
I believe so anyway. So they've taken it away from him instead of having to ban it. And yes, I think Brewmaster is a very strong hero. And as we saw in the last in-house, Brewmaster has a ridiculously strong power spike at level 6. Probably one of the biggest power spikes. If he runs at you at 6, I don't think there's any hero who can fight it. You have to run. The only thing you could do is run. Late game, of course, Brewmaster gets a little bit weaker because you can kill his spirits if you're a 6-slotted core. But early game, it's hard to kill him. So I like that. Also, Jakiro and Brew, if they ever ended up laning together, you've got a very easy way to ignite the Brew. Constant slows, that would be a very, very nasty lane to play against. So I do like the Brewmaster pick already. Radiant are very low on reserve time. They've used up over a minute and a half.
I noticed that Sanking is still not banned, so they could opt to pick it.
That's a very good point. Sanking has been sort of picked or banned in quite a lot of the previous in-houses.
He's very strong, and there's very few heroes that can lane properly against him. Jakiro is quite annoying. I still think he can do fine in that lane.
Yeah, Sanking definitely irritates him to lane against. He's got quite low base stats, but his spells are so powerful for laning. That Caustic, the Sandstorm, of course. So Ted went for Mars. Ted seems to only play Mars. I don't know why he loves this hero so much, but I guess it makes sense. He's a cool hero thematically, nice abilities. You pretty much can't go wrong with a Mars on your team. He's got a nice ultimate. Destroys the supports. Brewmaster, I suppose, can ult out of it. Jakiro's going to die. But PA Mars, Techies Enchantress, they've not got a great deal of synergy on this team. It's sort of just a random selection of heroes, but maybe that's fine. They've got some good lanes anyway. Mars, Techies and Enchantress PA, or maybe Enchantress Mars, not sure. There's the Jugs here. I said they should have banned the Jug. Oh no, it's I wanted Dire to ban the Jug, actually, not pick it. Picking it. Picking it. Ooh, Juggernaut is not good against PA. Really isn't. Good against Mars, terrible against PA. PA can just blur off the Omni Slash whenever she wants, and also has so much evasion. Juggernaut has to get an MKB early. So, yeah, not a massive fan of Jug this game. I suppose he's quite good against Techies and Enchantress, so that counts for something.
That's the mid matchup left.
Yeah, what are you thinking for the mid picks?
I'm not sure. Let's see, Void Spirit is still out there. Rider just got bans. Quap got bans.
I'm thinking, oh, Meepo. I'm thinking that there may be an Invoker pick on the Dire.
Yeah.
Radiant, I'm not sure. They do have some lockdown, but not a lot. You know, they've got some slows, things like this, but Mars is their only sort of reliable initiation stun. I like the idea of having something like Void Spirit. Also very easy to get away from heroes like Juggernaut and Brew. If Brew goes on you when you're playing Void Spirit, you can get away, no problem. Very high mobility, so yeah, I like that a lot.
For the Dire, yeah, Invoker, Decay loves it.
He does love it. Yeah, that's why I'm expecting Invoker.
Yeah.
But we'll see. You know, Mirana lands an arrow, then you've got a Sunstrike guaranteed to land right on top, so a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
Yeah. So we'll see what they go for. Radiant have a lot less reserve time than Dire. Dire sitting on nearly 2 minutes.
They don't really have a lot of setup for the arrow though.
No, they don't have much. I suppose you've got Brewmasters, like Panda,
The
Blue
Q
Panda.
from the Panda.
Yeah.
Or-
They did
or
go.
the-
Okay, good prediction. Oh, see if we be 2 for 2 for the mid predictions. That'd be amazing.
Ooh.
If it's Invoker now, it'd be fantastic. But Invoker can get assassinated by a Void Spirit. Has to be a little bit careful. Maybe not in the lane, but when the Void Spirit gets 6 or 7, the burst gets quite high.
Yeah, I was thinking that or maybe like a Necro, but then I really do
5
lack
seconds remaining.
initiation.
Necro's interesting, actually. There's a fair bit of magic damage on the Radiant. Oh, and I think the main problem with Necro is Enchantress can dispel the Ghost Shroud.
Oh, yeah.
So
I didn't think about
you got to
that.
be really careful when playing Necro.
That would- yeah.
Yeah, Enchantress's W is such an overloaded spell. Now you can take a creep, slow an enemy, and you can dispel them. So it's very powerful. But I suppose it
These are
makes
very
up
good
for it.
kits.
Well, her ultimate is probably the least exciting ultimate. Just be attacked slower.
True.
So, Dire are spending their reserve time really carefully. We predicted Invoker. You said maybe Necro, but I think less likely.
Yeah.
Trying to
less
think what
likely.
the other options are. You've got Ember Spirit against Void Spirit as well. Pretty good against the rest of their team. Can get out of Mars Arena no problem. Can chop up Enchantress with the Sleight of Fist. So Ember Spirit would be my other guess. So there it is.
Choose your hero.
Did manage to just pick up that prediction right at the end.
Ooh, just quickly.
I think the reason
Oops.
why Ember Spirit is so good here is because we've talked about this on many casts, and it's because Ember Spirit is so good against Void Spirit in lane. It's not a Void Spirit favoured matchup at all. So Decay looking to sort of put the pressure on in this lane. Mostly because Void Spirit cannot break Ember Spirit's Flame Guard, not easily anyway, not with his third ability, Resonant Pulse. And Ember Spirit does a lot of physical damage. Void Spirit, not amazing against physical damage. I know he's got a bit of a shield, but Ember will chop him down, no problem. And then Ember's got the chains that will keep him in place, so he can't use any of his mobility moves. It's just rough playing Void Spirit. And Void Spirit also doesn't scale into late game as well as Ember. So it's quite hard for Void, I think, in this matchup. Well, we know it's hard for Void in this matchup. But you got some good players in mid, so we'll see what they can do. Very edgy PA set, of course. Alright, and here we go. We do have some player cams, so I'm going to start those up any second now.
Prepare for battle.
And here we go. Predictions are up as well for the 5 of you in chat. To predict on which team's going to win. I'm not sure. I think my gut would be with Dire. I think Dire's team comp are nicer. Definitely covering the stuns more damage. I think they may struggle in lane a little bit because Radiant have some very good lane heroes, but I would definitely favour Dire this game.
I think if Decade wins his lane, he can cause some havoc in the other side lanes if they're going bad.
Yeah,
Which
definitely.
could, yeah. If that happens, it's gonna be tough for Radiance. But if they
30
don't let their
seconds.
side lanes hard enough, then maybe they'll be on equal footing.
I think Dire are just looking to come out equal in the lanes, but with Decay winning the mid, that would be their best sort of the best scenario. Whereas Radiant, they really, really have to stomp the lanes. That's how they've built. So they need to make the most of that. What is this? There's taunts on Enchantress. The game gets more and more crazy taunts that aren't aware in the game.
Such a limited imagination.
Royce versus V-Man. Oh, looks like V-Man was the winner there. 3 bounties for the Dire. Very nice.
你这么菜，你对我不会生气吧，哥哥？
Right, let's have a look at items, see if there's anything
They're
unusual.
putting the Mars mids. I didn't even know this.
Are they now? Right, well, they knew that Void Spirit is not particularly good against the Ember Spirit, but Mars is. And Mars is not a bad mid hero. He was played mid quite a bit when he first came out. As you can see, Ember just goes straight into the Flame Guard, though, exploiting the fact that Mars can't easily break the Flame Guard. He's only got the Spear. Though Spear does do quite a lot of damage, 100 damage at level 1. So that means that Void Spirit is playing offlane Void Spirit. Do you know what? This actually makes way more sense, because you don't really want to play Mars against a Juggernaut because you'll just get spun on and there's nothing you can do. Whereas Void Spirit, if he's spun on, he can just assimilate away, and he's even started to assimilate level 1 just in case. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this decision.
Okay.
Yeah, it's smart. They're both cores. It means Mars is going to be a higher level than Void Spirit. And that's fine, because Mars is a good ganking hero. His ultimate's very powerful. Probably can't get a kill in mid, but, you know, he can try. Try and do some damage. Kinder versus a Mirana. There's no chance for Mirana to win the trade with techies.
Nope. Even with 2 Fairy Fires, it's just not happening.
No, nowhere near enough. Even though you have slightly more damage. And also, you've got a very reliable damage spell in the Sticky Bomb. Quite low cooldown as well. What does Mirana have? The chance to maybe hit an arrow, which is hard when there's an entire creep wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more damage to V-Man. Interesting to see. Whoa, the blast off as well. V-Man will be okay. That was a lot of stick charges. And Kinder, unfortunately, the power of blast off as a drawback, taking 100 damage yourself. Is it half the damage to yourself? Oh no, it's a percentage of your current health. Never mind, 35% current health. Okay, so it really hurts the techies. Well, Royd's is going for a straight ring of health. He's not going for Orb of Corrosion. Now, what's happening in the top lane? Looks like Veteran. Yeah, it does go down backwards slow with the first blood. Juju nearly burned to death. Again, it's another Enchantress not taking Nature's Attendance and instead going for Impetus.
Impetus damage. It's quite good.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It's also the only way you're gonna effectively trade with Jakiro.
Well, I don't know. Nature's Attendance heals you so much. I would be considering maxing Nature's Attendance or at least putting a couple points in it. Because the second point of Nature's Attendance is absolutely crazy. You get 8 wisps.
Yeah, true. 8
wisps.
Double the heal.
What's 64 times 12? I mean, you're healing like 700, 800 HP. That's crazy for a cooldown of 35 seconds. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Mars mid and Void Spirit offlane. I think the swap does make a lot of sense. And, you know, backwards hello already got a kill, so definitely paying off. See, look, he's clicking the Juggernaut. He doesn't care. Oh, just misses the Remnant. What's going on here? We've got a little bit of a pull, just with 1 creep. It's a guaranteed deny of a creep, so that's still worth something. Well, no, Courier's gone down. Kokopium, he finds it. Wow, Royd blinks in. You've got the blast off again, but the Fairy Fires plus the number of stick charges. Kinder Surprise gets tough killed. Yeah, it does die. You just have to be really careful with techies. The tip. Whoa.
Oh.
See Kinder's reaction. Not happy with that at all. Not with the tip, but with his play. But Royds, he has picked up the Ring of Health, and he still has 4 tangos, so he's pretty much guaranteed free farm in this lane. Though, surprisingly, he doesn't have a lot of farm. 11 last hits only on Royds. I wonder what's sort of stopped him getting these last hits. Whereas, what does mid look like? Looks like Ember is doing quite a lot better. And look at that rune stolen by Kokopium. That's an absolutely massive play. Because now it's pretty much secured Decayed the win in this lane. Ted has to go all the way back to base. He's got a lot less farm. About 11, 12 last hits less. Which is quite significant. So it's like Kinder's found Kokopium, but Kokopium still has 2 leaps. So he will be fine. What's happening in the top lane? Oh look, Hill Troll Priest has been stolen. They changed it. It now heals 100 with a single cast on a 10-second cooldown. So it's quite a nice creep to have. Good healing. But backwards though just being chopped by Senshi. He has put the healing ward up. Got a micro that's so backwards so they can't kill it. I think 1 rank of healing ward is 50% of your HP. So it's quite a lot of healing. Does take, of course, 50 seconds to do it. 25 seconds.
Just a very long tango.
Oh no, he just fed the healing ward by accident. And then he gets hit by the Hellbear Smasher. That was a mistake. He does have to use the spin, but it looks like Veteran is going to go down. Maybe not. There's a TP in from Kokopian, looking maybe to land a spear. As they chase Veteran. Spear, unfortunately, is going to miss backwards, though does back off. And the Jewel Breath also misses. Though looking pretty good for the Radiant. They will get the Hellbear Smasher after there's a couple more right clicks. A little bit of gold there, but that definitely was in the favor of the Radiant there, because now they have 3 Dire Heroes top. I suppose V-Man, is he really that bothered against Roids? Not particularly. He's actually got 3 points drunk and Brawler. Don't know if you've seen that sort of build. It's very passive, but it does mean you have 5 armor for free and 15% magic resistance. It makes you very tanky.
Oh, wow.
But also, if you drop the Cinder Brew, you'll be on 15 armor. So, I mean, I'd like to see PA try and go on you when you've got plus 15 armor in the early game. No chance. Oh, Kinder's trying for the haste rune. He doesn't deny it. He should have denied it. He had 700 attack range. Maybe he thought he was going to take it. But now the haste rune has been used. He's going on Mars, but no, he's not going to commit for that.
Good harass.
The fact that he picked up the rune, though, was a massive help for him.
True. Kopian is kind of left lane. Bullmaster can handle himself right now.
Yeah.
Lanes turn out a lot better than I thought they would.
For who, though?
For the Dire.
For the Dire. Yeah, Dire wanted the lanes to go sort of even.
Yeah.
Look, V-Man's armor, 21 armor for a short
As
time.
I say, that's top lane.
Ooh, yeah, a bit of a fight, but getting a kill on both of the cores. I think Veteran's going to be okay. He's going to back off there. But it's a shame that neither of the kills went to the cores. It was just the supports picking up the kills on the cores, but losing your pos 1 never is good. Now they're going for a gank on Roids, but there's the ultimate drop by Beam, and there is no way that Roids is going to survive. The Brewmaster ult, yeah, as if you're going to survive that. He can stun you again. The stun cooldown is 5 seconds, and if he needed to, he had the Tornado as well, the Cyclone. So there was absolutely no way that Roids was going to escape that. Not after the Brewmaster uses his ultimate. And now he has picked up the 2 earned charges, which is obviously so powerful. You know, they put that really nice change into Dota where there's a colour to indicate what the damage type is, like red for physical, blue for magical, and
yeah, I noticed that one as hovering over Voids.
But it doesn't show it for Urn of Shadows, which is interesting. They obviously forgot about the items. I think it shows it for Dagon and Shiva's Guard and things like that.
Where are you going?
Does it? No, it doesn't show it for items at all. They just gave up on items. Ted actually has found a kill in the mid lane, just dropping his ultimate. I'm not quite sure how that happened. Veteran is going to escape. Maybe the orb is going to hit him. It does actually hit him. The power of the shockwave. I think Veteran's going to be okay. No, one more impetus. He had the vision. Very nice. It's a very good kill there, but nice for Radiant as well. Getting that kill in the mid lane. Maybe Decay was just a little bit too low because I saw the arena go up and then he secured the kill. Now he's going to go for a kill in the bot lane. V-Man does not have his ultimate, so there's no way he's going to survive this. Just a couple of right clicks. V-Man is quite tanky. If he dropped the Cinder Brew, he would have become a lot tankier. And then backwards, so in the top lane, managed to secure a kill on Juggernaut somehow. So suddenly this has gone very, very Radiant favoured. That phase boot double null build on the Void Spirit, very aggressive.
But unfortunate for the Bull. They used the scan and they knew that Ted was coming. But they didn't, I don't think they realized that he had an Invis rune.
Ah, right, there's a single smokes happened here. Just Kokopian smoking himself.
Getting some wards up, or maybe getting a better angle.
He's just, yeah, he's just blocked one camp. He took a creep, but unfortunately not the creep that he probably wanted. And Roids, he's just farming the jungle, but not farming it particularly quickly. He still has quite a lot of gold before he gets the Battle Fury, but he's being allowed to farm mid, which is nice. I think Ted is sort of running around jungling a little bit here. And Senshi, he has turned up bot lane. They've already taken the bot tower. I didn't notice that fall. And it looks like Juju's in a bit of trouble. He uses the blow away ability from the creep, the hurricane. But it's not going to be enough, and he is going to go down. V-Man gets the right click off eventually. Are they going to kill him? They do eventually bring him down. Looks like Veteran's in a lot of trouble. The backwards so will get the kill. Kinder as well, doing a lot of damage on Roids. He's also turned up. V-Man drops the ultimate. That's pretty much a guaranteed kill on Kinder's surprise though. Who else can he kill? Will he go for a kill? No, he's not got enough damage. Not enough duration. The ultimate doesn't last very long. How long does it last at the beginning? Only 16 seconds. It goes up to 20. Obviously, once you get Aghanims, it's more like 40 seconds.
Feels like forever.
Aghanims is crazy because for Brewmaster, it's basically just a refresher, but even better. I suppose it doesn't refresh your other abilities or items. It's a super refresher for your first ability, for your ultimate ability.
So good.
Oh, they're going on GG. He gets Ice Path. Does he have enough damage to kill him? He's quite tanky here. He's got no Nature's Attendance. He really needs to pick up this ability. The Macropire will be enough damage. But it looks like V-Man is going to be brought down by the backwards float. Respond. The Kinder will go down. That's the Urn of Shadow charge as well. So V-Man's death was for 2 kills on the supports. And they're still pushing this mid tower. They brought everyone here, including Senshi. Senshi is just going to go into the full ultimate on the Mars. But not doing a lot of damage. Tries to bring him into a camp. He's got the spin. Is it going to be enough damage? Yes, it is. A little bit of sleight of fist damage to help soften him up. And they will take this mid tower. Now, that was a very, very good set of fights for the Dire. You can see Decay has a top net worth, which is where he wants to be. And Senshi is a little bit above Roids, but it's very, very close. Almost every core, identical farm. The only core a little bit ahead is Decay, but it's only 500 gold. So it's everything to play for this game. And Roid's still looking for Battle Fury. Actually not too far from it. He has done well. Senshi's just making a beeline for Roids. Does he know he's here? No, not quite.
I guess not.
Almost looked like he knew though. Anyway, I really would like to see Juju have him picked up Nature's Attendance. Nature's Attendance plus Untouchable plus Power Treads makes Enchantress impossible to take down.
Yeah, especially since they've tried twice now, and it takes so long for them to bring him down. If you get the shard and full and a max level Nature's Attendance up, that's just gonna take even longer.
Yeah, the shard is awesome because not only is it constant health regen at a really high amount, but it's even a constant heal to anyone near you because you share the spirits. So it's very nice. I mean, that's what Enchantress is all about in the early game. Late game, Enchantress gets blown up like any other support, but you've got to exploit the fact that early game Enchantress is so durable. Anyway, Roids, he's nearly got the Battle Fury. But Dire looking to be a little bit more aggressive now. Senshi is also going for a Maelstrom build, same as the Ember. So no Battle Fury for Juggernaut. Copium. Oh, he doesn't get the Curry. Is he going to leap for it? No, that would be way too risky. Taking quite a bit of damage. But backwards slow, he has to go back. Nice Ice Bath by Veteran, but backwards slow somehow just manages to escape. I'm amazed at that. V-Man actually drops the ultimate, which does prompt backwards slow to use yet another dash. He's getting blown up by these mines. Doesn't really care because he's a Brewmaster. They're being very aggressive here. This is behind the tier 2 tower. The Radiant have said, well, I'm going to try and push. Look at Juju with the skeleton army.
Oh, yeah,
He loses his big creep.
So strong.
But it's the counter in a way. Mirana can just instantly take out whatever creep. There's going to be a bit of a fight down here in the safe lane, the jungle for the Radiant. But the slow from Jakiro, yeah, not able to find anyone. There's no Blink Dagger on the Mars yet, so he can't really sort of instantly engage these fights. Not like he wants to.
Can't, yeah. It's good to die. Get away scot-free after using a split for pretty much nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't get anything from the split, but
well, they might look to get this tower. Well, they still have
it's on
a little bit of DD.
It's on basically full HP though, so that does keep it safe. And Ted is not able to right-click the tower that much with his double damage room, which is now worn off. They have Glyph for it. Ice Path just about stuns to Mars. They got the slow onto Mars. Are they going to drop the full arena? Nope, not going to drop that. Not going to drop the Omni Slash either. They're just going to back off.
Yeah, just a taunt and an invis room.
Yeah, that's the best way to take an invis room.
Exactly.
No travels on the Ember Spirit, I've noticed. Sort of what I would have expected him to buy, but neither mid-hero's gone travels this game. So that's sort of split pushing potential not going to be present this game, which is good. It means there's going to be more fights instead.
Like that Ben on the Void Spirit is going straight for the Aghanims.
Yeah, I saw that. What do you think about that?
No detours. To be honest, I don't know this much about the hero, but from what I've heard, the axe is quite crucial for fighting at least.
I think on offlane Void Spirit, just going straight for Axe makes sense. It's such a good ability, and if you're an offlaner, you're wanting to cause some disruption, and having 4 seconds of silence is incredible against heroes like Mirana, who you can easily pick off, Juggernaut, who you can stop using Omni Slash or the Blade Fury. Audio down a little bit. That way too loud because of playing on my laptop. Copium smokes himself a lot, I've noticed. If there's a smoke going and there's no one in it, he just smokes for his own vision. Which I suppose, yeah, can be worth it if you can get the vision up in the right places and no one needs to gank.
Yeah, if you're not looking to fight, then might as well. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I think it is good. I mean, smoke is only 50 gold. It's the cooldown that makes it sort of more significant, but if no one's using it, it's better that the support uses it. Now, they've used the Moonlight Shadow, which is almost like having another smoke, but better in some ways. Doesn't break even when you're on top of the hero. They see Roids. He's level 12 with the Battle Fury. Will be a lovely kill to have, but doesn't look like there's any room to follow up on him. They see Ted. Are they going to get the stun onto Ted? Yeah. Oh, the arrow. That was... How close was that arrow? That sort of scratched him. Wow, he got lucky to escape from that. And Roids didn't get gone on either because they didn't have enough heroes close.
They tried. They just missed the Ice Path.
Ah, okay. Ice Path setup. Yeah, unreliable.
Yeah, they both... apparently they both missed the spells. Unlucky.
Yeah, that's good for Radiant. And the game is very close at the moment. We're 17 minutes in. Net worth has barely been more than 1% different. Now, Roids is top net worth. He has the Battle Fury, so this is a very good position for him. A PA wants to just farm now for a little bit, get the BKB, maybe get half of Deso, and then ready to fight.
Straight for the BKB.
A more defensive option here.
Yeah.
I think makes sense. Mid lane, the Radiant, they're trying to take this tower still, but they do not have access to their core. Roids is farming elsewhere. Oh, backwards though. He's going to do a lot of damage. Veteran is going to go straight down. Veteran's mistake was... Oh, well, they dropped the arena as well, but the full Omni Slash, it just kills Ted. No, it doesn't. He's actually still alive. And he spears him not into a tree. He actually goes right perfectly between the trees. And then Senshi will get the kill by spearing on top of him. Backwards throw's got to be careful. Needs to try and escape here. Does have the dash. So I think he will be okay. Goes straight into the pig pole. Nearly picked up the Aghanims. Will he be okay? Will he be found by the Ember? Ember with a regen rune. Oh no, he's rooted him. There's the taunt. Cocopian doing enough damage. Goes straight into V-Man, who was waiting. And that was rank 1 Thunderclap, still enough damage. So that was a great fight for the Dyers. Radiant did not commit Roids, but Senshi was in the fight. I think it makes sense. Juggernaut is a very strong fighter in the early game because the spin is just so good. And even no item Omni Slash is still worth doing. Whereas the PA just chose to farm. The Roids could have done quite a lot of damage. He is the highest level in the game, or second highest level in the game.
Yeah. The Kate was looking at him top before that fight started, and they saw that he couldn't TP, I imagine.
Interestingly, Sleight of Fist gets blocked by Bulwark. So if you Sleight of Fist when staring at the Mars, Mars just takes very little damage from it. And he's gone first item Desolator on Mars. So he's gone for the... Yes, it's the aggressive option rather than the safe defensive option. Or the initiation option, which is the Blink Dagger, of course. Blink BKB, but nope. Get the Deso first. Which means, will Roids go BKB as well? Probably yes anyway. You tend not to avoid Deso on PA. But we'll see.
Game's completed on the Brewmaster.
Very nice. That massively improves his teamfight presence, and he's getting pretty close to level 12 as well. Makes his ultimate last longer, and this Brewlings are more powerful.
I trust everyone was out of sight.
There's Juju. He's found the skeletons again. Army of skeletons, each have like 30 damage each. Look how much damage he does to tower. There's no creeps. This doesn't...
So much damage.
That doesn't make sense. That was so much damage to the tower. He didn't have any creeps and he took down over half the tower's health with just one minion. I mean, I know Enchantress buffs the minion with, what, 70 damage? But come on.
Yeah, it's 70. And then you get bonus damage from the skeletons as well.
3 for every unit. And the
For
skeletons
everyone,
stack
yeah.
on the skeletons as well. And they don't need anything, any dead units to summon the skeletons now. I feel like they should just put that back because I quite like that. Essentially going for Sanj and Yasha. Guess doesn't want to be locked down by the Mars, by the Void Spirit silence. Does make sense. It looks like Juju is about to be deleted by the Dire team. He has seen them. He's tried to run away. The enchant slow is so powerful. 55% slow for 6 seconds. Yeah, no TP. Doesn't get hit by the arrow, but it does provide vision. And then he dodges again using the Tumbler's Toy. He's actually created a lot of space. Still no points in Nature's Attendance, though. And he is only level 8. So a pretty easy kill there. He's just been split pushing this game. The Dire immediately smoke. Looks like they're going to find Backwards Slow. No, Backwards Slow has found them. He can't escape. The route lasts so long. Out comes the arrow, but the arrow is tanked by Mars, who's also going to die to the Omni Slash. Really, really bad. Kinder going to try and escape. Does a bit of damage to himself, but still manages to survive. Has a spare salve. Yeah, very good for the Dire. They get a kill on Juju and then immediately move in and get 2 kills on the cause. I know they are leaving Roids to farm. Roids now with the BKB. Roids isn't going Deso. He's actually going straight into Basher, so he's skipping that high damage item to go for a bit more control. Maybe because there's already a Deso in his team. Looks like Dire are planning to take this tier 2 tower, and they will in fact. They're not even going to be contested.
It's so unfortunate that you throw the spear and you just ults it away. Jug.
Juggernaut is so good at against Mars. Yeah, it's not a good matchup there at all. Which I can see why they changed the lanes, but it doesn't change the fact that in the team fights, you can't really do anything if you're Mars. I maybe would have gone Yules on Mars, because you can use that to dodge a bit of Omni Slash, but also it allows you to set up your spears, gives you tons of mana. I quite like Yules Mars. I know Royds is a big fan of it. There we go. There's Irina, the silence. Whoa, that's a lot of damage. See, Backwards Hello Astral stepped in and instantly got the silence off from the Resonant Pulse. And of course, that allowed Mars to just walk in and drop everything.
Yeah.
So, very nice. Two level 17s in the top lane, Roids and Decate. Roy's going Veteran's another sentry here. Veteran does manage to get the Ice Path, and Roy just says, I'm going to BKB, even though it's just for Jakiro, because he doesn't know who else is going to turn up.
Oh.
And that'll be it for now. V-Man running around the map so fast with Drunken Brawler. You have 11% move speed all the time, which is already amazing. And then you can turn it into 33% move speed for 5 seconds.
Aiden going into the rush.
Well,
It's quite
V-Man,
risky considering there's no BKB on your PA.
yeah, but V-Man really should be there because he has an amazing kit for going into Roche for these fights. He has TP'd in. Ted is being slapped by Roshan, which is now on half HP. Juju does have Nature's Attendance rank 1. So it's going to share a heal of about... I mean, he's not going to share any heal because Ted is doing everything he can to avoid Juju.
He sees his level 1 and he doesn't want any part of it.
No. Miss me with that on low rank ability. A lot of back and forth at the moment. This time all of Dire are assembled. And Roche's health is going up fairly quickly. 20 health regen on Roche. So it will be healing itself up. Just having a look at the levels. You've got level 14 in mid on the Mars, whereas the Ember Spirit is level 18 and has Boot to Travel now. Boot to Travel BKB Maelstrom. So really farmed on Decate. But yeah, Royd's still quite far ahead. He's nearly got the Basher already. Basher BKB Battle Fury, 24 minutes. He's had a good farming game. Quite scary, actually. A PA late game is very hard to deal with. You need a lot of crowd control. Lock her down.
I imagine the Radiant's very happy just farming away. Though, they are going for a smoke play.
Well, they know they can easily take Roche. They can find a kill. But Royce just goes for the wave. Senshi is very, very alone here. If he goes for the creep wave, he will die. But he knows better. He just backs off.
All
He's going for Mjolnir at the moment. Veteran takes a bit of damage, but is going to be okay. You do have Blink Dagger on the Mars, so easier for him to engage these fights. Will he go God's Rebuke cooldown -4 seconds? He should do. That talent is crazy good. 6-second cooldown on God's Rebuke then. And God's Rebuke is a nearly 3 times guaranteed crit. You're like playing a mini PA. He's actually not taking anything at the moment. And Royds goes straight back into Roche.
He's got the BKB
He does.
this time around.
Irina has been dropped. Trying to go for some damage on V-Man, but it's nowhere near enough damage. Is V-Man going to drop one of his ultimates? No, he almost gets one shot by Royds. It's not quite enough damage. They've already lost techies.
Can blur the Omnislash off, yes.
Yeah, they need to run away. Radiant need to disengage here. Juju's trying to put a little bit of damage on. Do they have the damage to kill Decay? Actually, they do. Amazingly, but they are going to lose Ted, and I think Juju is going to be next.
Royds is also going down.
Wow, V-Man, he found a kill on Royds, which is fantastic, and now Juju, he's going to be slapped up pretty quick. He can try and get a kill on V-Man. Nah, V-Man's way too tanky, also sporting the Essence Ring. So, 4 kills for the Dire. They did unfortunately lose Decay. It was a really nice play for them to focus fire him, but the team fight was a bit of a disaster. They dropped the arena on V-Man, and Ted did not have enough damage to kill V-Man. He could barely get him to half, because Brewmaster, this is why the new Brewmaster is better, even though his win rate randomly went down. If you have Drunken Brawler on the green stance the entire time, you have 7 more armor and 20% more magic resistance. In backwards, so he's trying to get a bit of damage, but V-Man's Essence Ring is keeping him alive all these fights. Senshi really trying to take Roche. In fact, it was stolen, Kinder surprise, but he is going to go down. He tried to take the Roche as well, but he was not successful. Oh, there's the arrow. There you go. There's a little bit of setup. You asked for it, but he actually manages to nearly get away because the Void Spirit's remnant. But he's still going to go down. He did get the kill. He got the kill with the sticky bomb. Essentially, he could have just waited for it to go off, but he didn't. So they lose the Roche kill, which is a bit of gold for the Radiant. But I think the Dire are really sort of creating some momentum now. Then she was a little bit behind in gold compared to the PA. They dropped the arena again, trying to go on V-Man, but they can't kill V-Man. They're going on the tankiest hero in the game. And he just drops his ultimate yet again. That is the second mistake. Once I understand, but 2 times in a row. The Glimmer Cape can be dispelled by V-Man if he gets close enough, but it's not needed. There is a sentry. That is the absolute tip of the ice path. The sentry does not have the damage. And Roy, he is going to go down again. I was just saying about the Brewmaster, if he stays in either of his stances, he either has 30% evasion or 7 armor and 20% magic resistance on a hero who's built very tanky. You can't kill V-Man. You just can't. Wrong hero to go on. Just a little bit of harassment by Backward Soleil. Whoa, the full ultimate is dropped. Does take down Juju. That's an Omni Slash just for an Enchantress. But I suppose...
maybe even 2. No,
1 lane of Frax is pretty much guaranteed at this point. V-Man's Pandas do a lot of bonus damage to the tower. I'm not sure how much damage it is if I can target the Earth Panda in time. Something like 200 bonus damage to buildings. So when you have Refresher as well on the Brewmaster, you can just use your ultimate to push buildings. But anyway, there's 1 set of racks. They really need to think about that tier 1 tower. Open up this side of the map. They've got... the casters still can't draw on the map. That's not been a thing for a very long time now. They need to fix that, really.
They really do need to fix that.
Yeah, I like drawing on the map as a caster.
Yes, I also like to do it as a coach.
Can coaches still do it, or can they not?
Yes.
Oh, they can, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
coaches can still do it.
They can draw, actually. Oh, they can draw everywhere. Oh, we can still draw on the floor. We just can't draw on the mini-map.
Oh,
Well,
yes,
that's a weird way around. They broke it in one place, but not the other. Oh, looks like Juju's going to take a bit of damage. 4-staffs himself immediately. Essence Rings. Doesn't get hit by the arrow. Well, that's both those towers taken down in absolutely no time flat. They've still got the Aegis. They've got Healing Ward. We didn't go Healing Ward cooldown. I probably would have thought about the Healing Ward cooldown talent if you're going for an early win, early push. Which is what they are doing. They're trying to close up this game pretty quick. But actually 1 extra second of Blade Fury, quite nice for hitting the tower. Did he go the Shard yet on Juggernaut? No, he's going for it next. He's got his Mjolnir. Blast Drake. Now, if V-Man puts on the Blast Drake, he's going to be even harder to burst now.
He's got BKB now as well. They really can't be initiating on this guy.
They have to accept that V-Man is going to get his ult off and cause havoc, and there's nothing they can do about it. I mean, even with Backward Solo's silence, it's not going to be enough. Royce needs to decide which one of these 3 neutral items he wants, as he's holding quite a lot. He is TPing back to base, playing it very safe. It is looking quite hard for the Radiant at this point. Not really sure what they can do. They can try and get a few pickoffs. They got quite a lot of bursts coming out from Void Spirit and PA. PA, of course, level 20. That's a high amount of damage. But no Deso, so... Oh, Decate's going in. It's going hard on Kinder. Kills Kinder in no time flat. They do get a mine off, but it's not enough. It's... Actually, Techies is a really bad hero against this matchup because there's no point using Reactive Taser because Juggernaut doesn't care if he's disarmed, he just Blade Furies, and Ember doesn't care if he's disarmed, he just does the damage with Sleight of Fist anyway. So Techies just gets clobbered by these heroes.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
No. Interestingly, Jakira's not prioritized Shard this game, but nonetheless has max rank Liquid Fire. The towers are still easily going to fall backwards. Hello manages to get a BKB out of V-Man, which is not bad. Aegis is not gone yet, 20 seconds. Juju's trying to put a bit of damage out, but nearly completely out of mana. And Senshi, his Aegis is timing out in 13 seconds. No forward approach onto Juju. Takes a bit of damage, just backs off. Moonlight Shadow has been dropped. Invis for the supports in the backline. They go really hard on the hero with Aegis, but it was about 5 seconds to timing out. So really bad timing. Perfect spear timing. Do they have the damage to blow him up? No, they don't. Absolutely amazing Ice Path Macropire by Veteran. Keeping Senshi alive. He gets the spin-off. Absolute disaster. Decate goes in, picks up the final kill. 2 buybacks. Nice Ice Path. Max's Ice Path. This fight has been absolutely incredible. That is 3 buybacks from the Radiant. They are desperate to try and hold their base, but I don't know what they can do. V-Man still has another ultimate. Puts Royd straight in the air. Senshi still holding Omni Slash. He spins on Kinder Surprise's attempt to get him with the blast off. And Kinder is going to go down. And Royd's with the BKB. All he's doing is chasing a Mirana. Mirana who has Yules to keep himself alive. Cocopium. Is he going to go down? If Royce gets this kill, no he doesn't, because yet another perfect Ice Path. Cocopium will be fine. Royce blinks away. Does actually manage to escape. Really good positioning of the blink strike. It was very nice. And that's another buyback for the Radiant. So the Radiant have thrown 3 or maybe even 4 buybacks. Now it's 4 buybacks to defend their base. Whereas Dire, I don't think they lost a hero, did they? No, the Jug died once, but that was the Aegis. And Veteran just TP's out in front of the enemy team, despite the fact that Royds did have a Basher, but actually it was the Ghost Scepter keeping Veteran alive. But now the Dire are in an absolutely massively advantageous position. There's only 1 lane of racks left to go. The Radiant have used all of their buybacks. Massive gold lead. They pretty much just need to wait for the next road, and then they can just walk in and end this game. Did you know Jakiro had Aghanims?
I did not. I saw that he had it queued up, but I didn't realize he had the money for it.
Well, it's pretty good. 15-second more duration, 400 range, and it's pure damage, and it pierces spell immunity. So, I mean, I'm trying to defend your base when half the base is on fire. It's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah, that might just secure them the megas at least.
I think they're just going to go in anyway. They know they're so far ahead. Why bother waiting for Roche? Just walk in. V-Man's got both of his ultimates up nearly. And he can use it to take the towers. There's no glyph for the Radiant either. So if I were V-Man, I definitely would be dropping my ultimate to take the tower. Because no one on the Radiant can kill the green panda quick enough. And then it can do its 270 bonus damage to the tower. Go hard on the Juggernaut. Did they manage to kill him? They actually missed the spear, but they're still going to bring Senshi down. That's a massive kill for the Radiant, but look at the die damage. They come in fast. Veteran has the triple kill with the Macropire Aghanims. Absolutely insane teamfight damage from the Jakiro. And that's almost a guaranteed arrow, but he does have to use a BKB. He blinks in hard, tries to go on V-Man, but he's just got no chance. V-Man's also got 30% evasion and can potentially get more. And now Royds is going to die. No way he's escaping this. Tries to blink out. Is going to be killed. Juju will survive. Gets arrowed, but it's a very short arrow. Nice Ice Path. Nevertheless, V-Man, he's using his ultimate. There it is. 270 bonus damage to the buildings. They got a kill on the Juggernaut, but it didn't matter because the rest of the Dire are so strong and they had to commit a lot of cooldowns.
Yeah, this Jakira X came in clutch.
Yeah, Jakiro, I mean, Veteran has played so well this game. I know he missed a couple of ice paths that should have led to some kills, but I mean, 90% of his have been on point.
I feel like Ice Path is just a very difficult spell to hit, because the cast time takes so long.
Yes, it's everything about Jakiro is long wind-up times, but rewarded with insanely powerful spells. And he's going to take that tower. It's pretty much just GG now, waiting for the game to end. Valiant effort, and my prediction was right. I did feel like Dire had the much more solid team. Radiants were very all-in on winning the lanes, and they didn't quite create as much pressure as they maybe would have liked to. And so I think that'll be all she wrote, though for some reason the Dire have backed off. 25k gold ahead. I can't see them needing any more space. Roche is up if they really want it. But it is super creeps now. Super megas. Any level 25s yet? Only one here is nearly 25. Is Decate. One of the greatest level 25 talents. 2 Sleight of Fist charges. The amount of bursts you can do with that is crazy. Mars had quite an early Desolator, and he's managed to only pick up 2 charges on it, which was 1 kill. So that kind of shows you how this game's gone for the Mars, unfortunately. Yeah, not the greatest game for a Mars. It's been difficult.
No.
Difficult heroes, hard to lock down. Juggernaut, if you don't insta-kill him, he spins. Ember, you don't insta-kill him, he gets away. They just go straight in with the spin. Royd has to pop the BKB. I think that's pretty much the team fight already over. Spear has been missed,
Yeah, it's gonna
so
be tough.
that's
Yeah.
gone. Then she just charges in with his spin. He's got the MKB up now.
If they really wanted to, they could just hit the buildings.
Yeah, there's no BKB on Royd, so Royd's no chance. On V-Man, he uses the split. They always go on V-Man. They have not learned their lesson. Even if they got the spear on V-Man, he was not going to go down. They do not have the burst to kill him. And like you said, they just need to hit the buildings. Royds goes in. He tries to get a kill on the Ember. Nice ice path. Macropire has been dropped. This is the pure damage Macropire going through BKBs. Not like there are any BKBs anyway. And Juju. Whoa, 4-star V-Man into the base. But then V-Man's just going to drop his ultimate. I don't think he's got enough damage. He cannot kill Juju with his pandas. They do no damage against the chargers. In fact, he's going to lose them. Ah, no, he doesn't. And that is GG. They can set up for the next game. I think they need to rethink their draft a little bit.
Yeah.
It felt like they picked the heroes all individually and didn't really consider team synergy. Having Enchantress and Techies as your first picks didn't give them a very solid support lineup. And then PA Mars, it was just a lot of very random heroes. Dire had a much stronger teamfight presence, good pushing, it just outclassed them really, the draft.